difficulty, and it's still saying it's taking forever to. This has got to be either Facebook or something happened. It was all over the news yesterday that Facebook and Instagram and all of this shit.
Did they say live?
You're now live.
Okay,
Well, there we are.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. This is the fucked up edition from Spectrum. Either that or it's Facebook Live. It's having a problem. I really don't know. But yeah, it was all over the world. I had friends from Canada who texted me going, "Is Facebook down in the United States?"
Wow.
So I'm shocked that you're unfamiliar with it because it was really, really bad. And you know what was kind of funny? It made you feel like it was the 80s.
Yeah.
No such thing as a communicado problem like that from way back when.
Right.
Mike is the funniest. Thank you, John Bramnick, for writing into the show. If everybody's out there watching me on Facebook right now, if you don't mind, tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can see me, and let us get underway. Anthony Rena, watch me on Facebook, buddy. I would really appreciate it if you could watch it down here on Facebook, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Morning Walk. There was some posts that weren't loading today on Instagram today also. Okay. Hey, Kujina, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for writing. Please realize you're very far away. That camera's up there on a tripod, so I can't really read. We're sitting down here with Kellyann Chipendale. Kellyann Chipendale is my guest today. Not only is she a comedian, not only is she an actress, not only is she a filmmaker. I just learned a little while ago when we were talking before we started the show that she's a school teacher as well. And she's also a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of fun with Kellyann. So hi, everybody. Thank you so much. I don't have a Facebook account. Well, thank you very much, Anthony Rena. Stay right there, pal. Says the funniest. He's like the greatest fucking guy. And look at everybody here. Okay, sounds good. Hello, how are you? And away we go. We had a problem starting the show today because obviously it's Facebook. And Facebook had a really big problem. Could you imagine all the social media around the world stopped yesterday for, I think they said it was 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel so much relief because I was feeling all guilty that I didn't post all day because my phone's broke because I can only see like a quarter of an inch of my phone.
You can't post, so
thank you.
Let's find out why she has a problem with her phone. What happened? You dropped it?
Oh, yeah. Look, I have to be like this when I want to see things and turn it sideways.
What'd you do?
I'm getting to tomorrow. I don't know. It just cracked right there and it went all in there, but I could still call people.
Oh
see,
my
that's
gosh.
you. Right? I was like, which number? No. So anyway, that was my computer got weird.
Look at this. Look at it. She dropped her phone. It's totally jacked. She only sees like a portion of the phone.
I know.
And with what's going on in the world today, this is like your lifeline. You might as well not even have a heart. If you don't have a cell phone, why breathe? That's pretty much what's going on in the world.
And I drove to OC with Waze, man. But I could touch it through.
Oh yeah. How do you even know how to get anywhere?
Then you gotta turn it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who your carrier is, but they're
crazy.
calling you. You need to get in there and get that fixed.
Tomorrow. 611. The good old 611.
Let's start off today's show by asking Kellyann where she was born and raised, because she's a Jersey girl, not too far from where I'm from.
Yes. Actually, I was born in Belleville, New Jersey, and grew up in Kearney, New Jersey, North Jersey.
All right, so for all you California people who are watching, or you people from around the world, Belleville is known for Italian people, like Nutley and like Bergen County. These are the Guidos and the Guidettes of the world. This is where you find the cast members for Jersey Shore or the Sopranos, yes.
I used to drive
Kearney.
Jog around there.
Yeah. And Jersey Housewives. So that's the area you're talking about. Maybe Patterson or Patterson back in the day.
Yeah, pretty waterfalls.
When did you come to California?
2010. Been here 11 years. Yeah, Christmas. I came Christmas. I had Christmas Eve in Jersey and Christmas Day in LA.
So a Jersey girl who said, you know what, I'm going to California to pursue my career as an entertainer. Is that right?
Yes. And to soak up this nice sun weather.
Yeah, well.
360, 58
I left
days.
New Jersey to come to California, of course, for the pursuit of the career. I could care less about the sun as far as I'm concerned. The sun out here is covered by a smog. They call it smog. I call it a curtain. Because it's dark as shit. Except for yesterday, the sky was very, very blue for whatever reason.
It rained.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We had lightning last night.
It rained for like, and lightning.
We
yes.
didn't have lightning. I was like, it's a special day.
It's the craziest thing that
there's no lightning.
yesterday I was at an outdoor restaurant and the lightning cracked and it was huge. And then you smell the rain. You smelled the rain before it actually came.
It was nice, right?
Yeah.
It was like Jersey.
It did. Yeah, it's like a hot summer day in Jersey and it rains and steam comes off the pavement.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And you were barefoot on the Jersey shore and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And so what did we do? We moved to fucking Hollywood in the pursuit of a career.
Fun.
Is that exactly why you came out here?
Well, I had a nonprofit that helped children who survive cancer. It's called the Tumor Humor Fund.
All right.
So we
The
produce...
Tumor Humor Fund. Slow down. Tell everybody. Because they're all going to go looking for it if it's still on the internet.
Yeah, Tumor Humor Fund is a nonprofit that we started that helped children who survive cancer pay their medical bills. And we would do comedy shows and also our play, which was called Tumor Humor. He's malignant, she's benign. It was like a 90-minute play, 21 characters, and I played 10. So it was crazy, but it was fun. And then we just brought the charity here and started doing it here and having shows to raise money.
Right.
To support families, because 50% of bankruptcies are from medical bills.
Right.
More than that now. That was like way back then.
50% of bankruptcies are medical bills?
Yeah, more than that now. But that was like around 2010 time.
I thought you just didn't pay the bill.
Yeah.
The medical people come looking for you?
Yeah, they do the whole thing where they like take away, from like fathers do when they take away their money from their bank. So yeah, so that got me here, and then we broke up.
Who?
Me and my boyfriend. He came
Oh,
here.
okay. So there was a guy involved. The guy who brought you out
He's from
here was
Jersey
doing the
too,
show.
yeah.
Well, obviously, you had to come from New Jersey. So it's a typical love story and a passion for Hollywood, helping people, and the guy you come all the way out here with all of a sudden just doesn't do the right thing. He goes back to Jersey and leaves you here. Am I right?
No, Louisiana and booked the Super Bowl commercial.
Who? What happened?
He moved to Louisiana and booked the Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, who doesn't go to Louisiana?
For crazy times.
Right.
Right?
Somebody's saying that the medical people actually come looking for you. I can't read this far away. Talk a little bit louder, sweetheart.
Yeah, okay.
So now you're on your
Yes.
own. Weren't you out here living with this particular man? You had like a mobile home?
Oh, no.
No? That was somebody else?
No, I lived on Arts Drive.
He had a mobile home?
No, I never lived in it. No, now he does.
Oh. Somebody had a mobile home. I remember you either saying it on stage as a comedian or you told me in passing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is it?
I think I told you in passing.
In passing?
Yeah.
He had a mobile home.
Yeah, currently now, after the breakup.
Hey, let me tell you something. I did a gig a couple weeks ago in Palm Springs, and there's an area of Palm Springs where people live in mobile homes that are worth a lot of money. These mobile homes, you can move it if you want to, but they don't. They live there, and it's probably like a $200,000 mobile home, and they drive around in go-karts, and their life is just pleasant and gorgeous and fun, no stress. I'm like, you know what? If I ever killed anybody and I needed to hide somewhere, I just go down to Palm Springs. They're never going to find you. And on the other side of Palm Springs is something else. Another area, like the Redlands. But who's finding anybody down there?
No one. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a giant stadium.
It's the best. So, all right. So we got a Jersey girl. She comes out to Hollywood, California in pursuit of the dream.
The dream.
What about your family? Brothers, sisters? Who's back there?
My older sister's back there. My mom's in Florida. My little sister actually lives here. She does all the press junkets at the London Hotel for all the big.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So you have family here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one out here. All my family's back east, and they're still wondering when I'm going to give this shit up and go home. But I go home a lot.
Do you get the when are you going to get a real job?
Yeah, no, I don't get that no more. I make a great living, so they come to me and say, "Hey, when can I borrow money from your real job?" That's why I started this podcast. Thank you, my sponsors. This is really, really great. What's going on in your career right now?
Well, I just did Jimmy Kimmel.
No kidding.
It was really fun. They did a new little segment on there called Stump the Stoner, and there's actually little tours that go around LA that you go to see like how the marijuana is made, like kind of like a distillery, and then everyone smokes. They get handout joints. Everybody smokes, then go to Jimmy Kimmel show. It was like Stump the Stoner. So I was playing against this girl, and we have these two things in front of us, both with covers over it, right? And then they're like, okay, tell us the first word that comes to your mind when you take the cover away. So I was like, so they're like, go. And then she takes hers and she says, seesaw. And I was like, oh, saw C, because there was like a big letter C and there was a saw there, but she beat me. So it was interesting. It's a new segment they're producing.
How do you actually get to be on the Jimmy Kimmel show as a pot smoker? Like what?
I don't know. I guess I just got lucky.
Was there a casting session? I mean, you wrote to someone called you and said, "Hey, would you smoke a joint and come on the show?"
Yeah, that's what happened.
How did they find you?
I went to the marijuana place across the street from my house, and the owner just said, "Do you want to do this today?" And I was like, "All right, fine."
The owner of the pot joint.
Yeah, MMD.
He said, "I got a thing going on with Jimmy Kimmel."
Sponsor.
This is unbelievable. MMD, call me. We will play Stump the Stoner.
That's a great idea.
I do a stone character. His name is Mooney, and he's a surfer, so I know exactly what to do. And there's nothing like smoking a good joint before you go to bed, especially when you have chicken cutlet parmesan and Coca-Cola. Smoke a joint, you go right to bed. Who's better than you? Oh, that is hilarious. Everybody wants to get on the Jimmy Kimmel show as a comedian, as a performer, as a celebrity. She goes on the Jimmy Kimmel show as a pot smoker.
Stump the Stoner.
But I am
funny.
so stumped, so I guess I'm a stoner too. Good for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
You actually put it on your resume. I've been on the Jimmy Kimmel show. What'd you do? No, don't worry about it.
I was thinking that right now.
She wanted
I'm
a
like,
stoner.
okay. I'm not teaching anymore, so yeah. So
Oh,
it was fun.
she just lifted, let a little thing in there. She goes, I'm not teaching anymore. Why? Because you can't teach when you're a stoner. Imagine playing Stump the Student.
That wouldn't be hard.
I'm so high, I can stump the student. 2 + 2 is 7. Come.
Let's go do the bomb
Tell us
drills.
about this teaching thing, because you also said you can't teach for a certain reason. Tell everybody.
Well, I have a undergrad and special ed and elementary ed and a master's as a reading specialist, and so I substitute teach or I substitute taught while
Substitute taught.
past tense because I was in 10th grade with 37 students, 37 all Mexican students in Maine, and I walk in. And they wouldn't like cover their nose with the mask, so like I had to like go over to their desk and be like, "Come on, Joey, what's up?" You know. And so when I was turning to go back, there was hand sanitizer on the floor, and I like slipped and hit my head on the desk and fell on my tailbone. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to go back here tomorrow," because I was on a lot
And
of
this is
pain.
a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh man. And
So-
it hurt, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't realize I had a bump until I got home on my head.
Is there a thing like maybe you should have a lawsuit now and go out to the school and say, "Hey, listen, I slipped on your hand sanitizer"?
That's a possibility. Or just heal. And
Go back?
I don't think I'm going to go back.
I think I'd make some money. Out here and all around the world, you watch television and there's all these commercials with these lawyers saying, "Hey, are you suffering from this particular disease? We can sue for you. You have a limited amount of time left. Let us sue the shit out of somebody for you." So, 1-800-SUE ME, stuff like that.
Ball.
Yeah. It's a big
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm just going for acupuncture now and
Oh.
chiropractic, and it's helping.
I think it's wonderful that you mentioned that. One of my title sponsors is Andy Rosenfarb. He's a doctor on the East Coast of Westfield, New Jersey, and he has a clinic called AccuVision Acupuncture.
And he's good.
Yeah, and he also helps you around the eyes, and then the body. And
Yeah.
my friend Jim Checchio is also the chiropractor associated with that. So if anybody's in Westfield, Scotch Plains, where you're from,
Yeah.
Andy Rosenfarb, he's a genius. And then he puts you in this thing where you, I don't know, I don't want to say meditate, but it's called a...
Hyperbaric.
yes, hyperbaric thing. How do you know?
Oh, there's one down the block from us.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Say it again. What is it?
Hyperbaric chamber.
Hyperbaric, I can never say it right. Hyperbaric chamber.
Yes.
And you can go to Andy Rosenfarb, AccuVision Acupuncture, and you can see how they do that. Because a friend of mine, he went in there, and I was videotaping while he was in there.
Oh, cool.
You can make phone calls while you're in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he get? What did it feel like when he got out? It's like.
Well, he's always happy. Yeah. He's
Did you ever do it?
No, I got to go in there.
Give him a free one, man.
Yeah, well, no, they want me to film myself going in there. I'm a little
Ooh.
claustrophobic. I don't know.
I'll film you.
All right, well, we're going to have to make that happen.
I
So
filmed cataract surgery once.
you had it?
No, I filmed somebody else getting it.
Ah, that's disgusting.
So, it's like right in there.
Ah, yeah. I actually had this little piece of basal cell cancer, and he cut it off. The doctor is Dr. Payman Gashri, Castle Dermatology right here in Tarzana. I'm going back for my follow-up visit because I also have one on my leg, and I didn't have any needles other than the needle that numbed it, and he cut it off, and no stitches, but I'm healing up pretty good now. It was really scary because I'm thinking, it's not like I'm a model. I'm a comedian. I could use a few black eyes.
But
But
it's
so
more
far,
about the
some
health, actually, not how it looks, right?
No, screw that.
I don't have cancer anymore. Thanks.
So far, so good. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm up on the medical stuff too. I went and had my heart checked. I went and had my cholesterol levels checked, and I had my skin checked. And for the first time, I went on the treadmill when they do that type of heart thing.
Yeah.
What am I
Got
talking
it.
about?
Stress test.
Stress test, yes. We go through a lot of stress in show business, and I think the world is under a lot of stress and pressure now too.
Especially comedy.
So I'm at the comedy stress.
I love comedy.
People come see us so we could unstress when they see us, but when we go on the treadmill, that was my thing. I did 15 minutes and I was winded. I thought I was going to die.
Well, they do it really fast.
Yes.
Like sprinting.
And he put it uphill, uphill, uphill. I'm like, look, dude, there better be a sandwich at the end of this road. So you did.
I just haven't, well, because I was in an acting class and I almost died laughing. I know that sounds
No.
crazy, I swear. He did this exercise. Deshaun Terry, actually, he's on the morning show right now. He's my teacher. He's amazing.
Who?
Deshaun Terry.
And he's on the morning show?
Yeah, with Reese and, what's her name? Reese and Jennifer. Reese Witherspoon.
Is this
Jennifer
a-
Aniston. Sorry. Reese and Jen, you know.
On the morning show?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
So-
Here in California, I've never seen this.
Yeah, it was on Hulu,
Oh, well,
I think.
I guess I'm going to have to start watching Hulu. You can watch us on Hulu. Maybe on Hulu. Hopefully we'll get to
Never know,
Hulu.
right?
I got a hula hoop.
Me too. I have
right.
one. I have an orange one. It's really fun. Anyway, that's a quickest you could get your stomach flat with like doing hula hoop every day.
Oh, really?
Totally. But so what happened? Listen, let me tell you. So we're in the class, and he's like, okay, we're going to do a laughing exercise. And I was like, okay. So he's like, you have to make everybody laugh with no words.
Right.
I was like, what? So I was like, oh my God. And I was like, then he's like, okay, you can go, Kelly. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I don't know what to say. So I just like started I just went up to someone like, and just started laughing like ridiculous. And then everyone started laughing because,
Right.
you know. So I did it for 14 minutes. And then I was like, oh, I just went to the ground. I started sweating. I went back to my seat. I drank water, got a headache, vomited. Next morning, still had the headache. Then I went and took the stress test. And then they admitted me to the hospital and said, you have an aneurysm. I was like, what?
You're kidding.
No, but I don't. It was just my brain's shaped differently than others. So there.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Okay, so you had an aneurysm, but it really wasn't an aneurysm?
Yeah,
it's because
believe
somebody
that.
said that you had it?
I know. It was so scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have a brain that's just malformed on somewhere that it looks like that. It's kind of
Well,
weird. It's kind of weird.
I'm glad that you got away with that and you laughed through that and so on and so forth. Hey, look it. I'm going to do a quick shout out to one of the funniest comedians alive, Michael Wheels Parisi. He's actually watching the show.
Woo.
He actually has a funny bit about going on the treadmill. Michael Wheels Parisi. He's in Florida right now. One of my best friends. We did so many shows together long time ago, but he used to say that he would go to the gym and he would work out on the escalator master. I think I can never do somebody else's jokes justice. He's on the escalator master and he goes, yeah, I feel it. Oh, I'm getting a cramp. Oh no, he goes like this. Yeah, there better be a pizzeria at the top of this. Something like that. Michael, we miss you, buddy.
Aww.
What were we talking about? So I'm glad that you had the laugh thing. There's a lot of places that actually teach you to laugh because supposedly laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
It's really just helping you breathe, I think, and it changes your thoughts for the day for the better.
Yes.
So
I actually do that in the morning, 10 minutes on Clubhouse. There's a laughter yoga. And everyone just gets on there from all over the world and everyone's just laughing.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's funny because like you'll just be laughing and then someone will come in like, ah! Or like, you know. It's really funny.
Well, speaking of laughter, where are you performing now while you're doing stand-up comedy here in Los Angeles?
I just had a show at Comedy Chateau, the new comedy place, which was great.
Tell everybody. They don't know. There's a lot of people that know. There's a new place.
There's a
It's
new
right,
place.
Go ahead.
Right by our house because we live a half mile from
Walking
each other.
distance.
And it's called the Comedy Chateau, and it's really brand new, cool place. Has really great food, best pizza around. Did you have the pizza yet?
No, I haven't
eaten. Oh my
eaten it.
God, the pizza's awesome. It's like New York pizza, New Jersey pizza.
I haven't even been in the place, nor have I performed there. Had a conversation with the owner, and I think I'm going to go there one of these days when I'm not doing a bunch of different shit, and see if I can't get on stage at this place. But when are you going to be there?
Well, I'm doing a show in San Diego coming up. I'm not at Chateau yet coming up that I know of. I've just been really concentrating a little bit on acting more because I've been getting a lot of auditions. And, you know, we have to do everything as actors now.
Yeah.
We have to write, direct, produce. No, actually, we don't have to write, but we have to make sense of what the writing is. And, right? Because sometimes you're like, what is that word? I just had a big audition. Yeah, so maybe I'll be going away for 8 weeks, my first lead film. Yeah, as a chief of police.
Oh, you're going to play a chief of police?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know, you're a filmmaker too, and I know that you were telling me about the festivals that your projects are in. And so tell us a little bit about being a director, producer, writer.
Well, studying, I studied at Playhouse West, and Playhouse West is always about Sanford Meisner, and Sanford Meisner is always about
Where was
doing
your
the work.
Playhouse West? Here?
My Playhouse West was right down the block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one North Hollywood. Sanford Meisner came here in 1995, I believe, 1994. And with Jeff Goldblum, they set him up over here, and from the neighborhood playhouse in Manhattan. You know, and so anyway, so they had a film lab, and everyone who joined the film lab made 2 films, and my film, we entered it into a festival, and it got accepted, and it opened in Monaco, and it was really like amazing experience, because I didn't have to spend $250,000 on education, because it was just 3 months to learn everything you need to do to make your own film. So it was great.
And
Got
where could anybody see this particular project?
I just have Getting Meisnered. It's just a short film right now. Currently,
It's called Getting Meisner?
Getting Meisnered, yes.
I was Stanislavski.
Oh, you got Stanislavski?
I got Stanislavski. All right, listen, let's explain what we're
Yes.
talking about. Meisner is a technique
Yes,
that
that's
they
true.
teach you in acting. Stanislavski is a technique of acting. And I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City when I was 17, and that was the style of acting they were teaching at that time.
Which is like method. Right?
Yeah, method, whatever it is. Now they teach TikTok, they teach Instagram. Thank you, everybody, for getting that fucking stupid-ass joke.
That's so funny.
I also had Meisner, the Meisner technique, when I was at
HB Studios?
HB Studios, Herbert
I thought I could read
Berghoff
your
Studios.
mind.
That was after Scotch Plains Players, which was an acting school in my hometown too. So I've been doing this shit a
Wow.
long time. And then you throw it all away and become a comedian.
Right?
Forget everything you were taught. People are going to talk to you now while you're performing. No such
Don't
thing
get
as a
off
play.
your topic.
Yes. Stay on there. Don't hurt no one.
Well, yeah, you have like so many years, man. You're like smooth. I'm
So you-
smooth too, but I don't like to do everything all the same every time I do stand up. Like, obviously, no one's gonna do everything the same, right?
No.
And it's always the vibe from the audience that kind of steers me.
Yeah, well, an audience can depict what you're going to do, especially if somebody's unruly, maybe there's a heckler, maybe there's a drunk person, or maybe everybody's just listening to everything that you're doing and it's perfect, and you come up with something brand new off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's the best moment, right? It's like scoring an extra goal you weren't planning on.
Yeah. All right, Luis Tadardo, how you doing? I love for those of you who are just listening to us on iTunes and Spotify and stuff like that on the podcast. I'm throwing out some names that I'm reading from my Instagram account while we're doing this show. So, mentioning Wheels Parisi, for those of you who are just listening, Michael Wheels Parisi also has a podcast. It's called "Don't Eat All the Meatballs." He's really, really funny because we're eating cheese. And you got to check that out. While I'm on that quick subject, why don't we tell everybody where we can find you on the internet?
Okay.
Because we're probably going to do a show together at the Chateau Comedy Club because I would love to perform there. This Thursday night I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Saturday night I'll be at the Ha Ha here on Lancashire Boulevard in North Hollywood, which I love. It's in walking distance. It's a piece of cake. Great place to go. We've been performing there for 30 years. Jack and his wife and Jack Jr. Great people, great food, great fun, a lot of great comedy showcasing at this place. And they're very, very fair about pricing. Across the street now is the Chateau Comedy Club, which used to be a French restaurant called the Chateau Bistro, which I never been to. It's very close to the bridge.
With lots of homeless people.
So you were there recently?
Yeah, and end of June.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So not that recently, but kind of, yeah.
End of June, that's not that recent.
Yeah.
You got, is it your own show or are you performing with somebody
It's
else?
called Eastern Standard Time, so it's all East Coast comics.
So it was your show.
Yeah.
You plan on putting together another one there?
Yeah. I was actually gonna do a Halloween show maybe. So
Halloween's coming up.
I know. I was just because all these auditions came in and like you have to do so much. Like it's like 3 hours or 4 hours like to do the audition so that I can actually get the part because there's so many things we have to do now.
Right. Well, listen.
Yes.
We're going to take in some questions right now for Kellyann because there's a lot in my Facebook queue. We also have some great food on the table right now. So we're going to eat some food and we're going to answer some questions.
Can we show it?
Yes, go ahead and show. We are having chicken parmesan.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. I have a Coca-Cola. She's having water. I'm not supposed to be
Water.
drinking Coca-Cola so I could lose. Tonight, the catering has been provided by Foggia, Italian Market in Delhi. I talk about Foggia on the show all the time. I really, really love these people. Bob and his wife, Linda. His kids are in a different state. He actually is very close to the Long Beach Laugh Factory, and that's how we found each other, because he came to the Laugh Factory. He brought me a sandwich. It was delicious, and I was addicted to his place. So, Bob, Linda, thank you so much for bringing the catering to the show again tonight. And if anybody is in that area, or even if you're not, you just want to go on their website and check out who they are and what they do, they named their restaurant after the little city they come from in Italy, which is Foggia. I always say Foggia. It's Foggia. Foggia, Italian Market in Delhi. Their phone number is 562-627-0987. And their website is foggiadeli.com. And in all seriousness, when you're Italian, when you're from back east, we know good food. Because we were spoiled growing up in Kearney, in Nutley, in Bergen County, Jersey City, Bayonne, Newark.
Bayonne.
Right? The food that we would get in abundant. And then the diners, of course.
Yeah,
So
the
we know
diners.
we know what's best. And so when I found Foggia, I was in love. The food is fantastic. It's in front of us right now. Let's have some questions.
And my hashtags too. You cut me off on hashtags.
Oh, what's your
Yeah,
hashtag?
you know. It's hashtag Kellyann Chipendale. And that's not with an E. It's Kellyann. Chippendale, like the dancers. And Life of Kellyann. And also
Chipendale,
Chippendale.
like the dancers.
Yes.
You're also
Thank
what?
you. Also, Listen Your World, as that's the new feature documentary I'm doing about listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's talk about that. Because, you know, there's a lot of people who don't listen. As far as my parents are concerned, I never listen. You never listen. Food got cold already. Yeah, well, we could shut off the feed if you want and we'll go heat it, but I don't think we're going to do that. All right, so here we got some people who are writing into the show. Let's say hello. They did a lot of different stuff on Facebook. John Bramnick, who's in New Jersey, he's a great comedian. He's a great lawyer. Gina Marie, how are you? Pammy Pam, it's nice to see you.
Pammy Pam.
Thank you so much for writing in. Any questions for Kellyann? Hi, Kellyann, she says. Let's go Yankees. Well, I don't know where the Yankee thing came. And the real whoops, LOL, Jersey representing. How you doing? These people are in New Jersey. That's
Wow.
Pammy Pam.
Maryland.
Greetings from Maryland.
Oh my God, that's
Pleasure
where
talking to you.
that's where my film is going to be shooting in Maryland.
Well, hey, Jim, how you doing? Take a hello to Kellyann. She might be with me on the tour when we come to Maryland because we're going to pay Maryland in 2022. Angie's
Nice.
saying hello. What's up, Bert Fox? How you doing? Barbara Hammer, how you doing? Hello from Chicago. I'm coming to Chicago
Nice.
November 5. Nightmares or dreams as well. Ha ha. There's my cousin Lucille. There's Ingrid. There's Eddie Gambino. Very funny comedian. You know Eddie?
I think so.
What's up, Mike? Okay, so
Mike Bichetti on there? Mike Bichetti, you out there?
I don't think it's Mike Buschetti, but I do know who he is. He's a great comedian who is always on the Artie Lang show, but I don't know what's
Yes.
going on in Artie Lang's world. We could show him some prayers because that guy has had some ups and downs, and we wish him the best. If anybody knows the story of Artie
Yeah, I
Lang.
haven't heard about Artie.
Is Mario Cerrito III, who makes a lot of cool horror movies. Maybe he'll put
Cool.
us in it. Hello, Kellyann and Mike, coming in live from Lynn Marie. There's North Jersey and South Jersey, no Central Jersey. Thank you very much. We
That's
appreciate you.
Aw.
To everybody out there who's listening to us talk about Foggia,
Oh my
what do
God,
you
it's
think
so good.
of the
Chicken parm.
chicken parmesan?
I had a delightful surprise today because I was not expecting chicken parm so good in California.
Yeah, there
Right?
you go. Okay, I'm glad that you said that. We always eat on the show,
And garlic bread. Oh my God.
which might be rude, I don't know. But yeah, we do have some garlic bread. They called it garlic toast.
Oh.
We say bread. We're from New Jersey. Bread and Coca-Cola, that'll keep you trim.
Oh yeah. Nestle Pure Life. Maybe a future sponsor.
Were you funny when you were a kid?
Yes.
What got you into stand-up comedy?
Well, I always got in trouble because I always was talking, and I was always being silly, and I would always, I would be so hungry by lunchtime that I would always eat my sandwich in little 3 bites, 2 bites, 1 bite, just playing silly games in line because we had to wait in line for food for so long. We're
Right.
starving. And what else? Oh, well, when I would audition for parts, I would be all ready, and then when I get there, I'd be like, oh, and I would be so afraid. So I started to go stand-up comedy class. So I wouldn't be afraid auditioning, and then it was at Gotham.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long ago? Gotham Comedy Club, very
Yeah.
famous comedy club in New York City. It's
Super
owned by
nice.
the Mazzilli brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Great place. If you're in New York City, you want to go see some great talent.
Yeah, it was a great.
Chris and Steve Mazzilli.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So yeah, so then I performed, and then they asked me to come back, and kept asking me to come back. So I started doing comedy in New York. I did Comedy
Who was the
Cellar.
teacher?
I know. I was just trying to remember that he's an SNL guy. And I'm just trying. My memory is just
So you had a teacher that was on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. Dan Vitale. Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Do you know Dan Vitale?
No.
Okay.
Not personally.
He was great. He was really great, and he was fun and cool.
And then they put on shows.
Yeah, and then I started producing shows. I started producing like dinner shows in Northern Jersey with like dinner and a show, right?
This is a dinner and a show.
It is an Italian dinner, no less.
There's nothing better than a dinner and a show, unless you're having the dinner and then the comedian makes you laugh and you start choking. Makes a good mess.
That's true, actually, right?
Right.
Didn't think about that part. But it's really good.
Sometimes performing in front of an audience that's eating is not that much fun. Because they'll end up looking down at their food. And I don't blame them, because right now I want to look down while I'm eating.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
I'm looking
true.
up
That's
because
true.
we're live.
That's true. Sorry. And I was like just trying to remember the acting skills when they talk about when you're eating.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it like.
Oh, I gotta fake
wow.
it. Oh, really? No, you don't say. Here's the
little
Meisner
red.
technique. Oh, I'm famished.
You're famished?
Yes, that's the Meisner technique.
Repeat.
Here's Stanislavski. I'm only fucking around. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yo, what's going on?
So
I need some more questions
Yeah,
for-
Central Jersey, right? So I acknowledge you for asking me to come on because I called you a couple of times. I was like, hey, I'm just reaching out to all the cool people that I like, and my phone just say what's up. Do you remember when I called you and did that or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's good to have someone who's down to earth in the business that you can like relate to. So
I'm
I'm
pretty down to earth, and I guess this is why, because I've had so many fans, and they talk to me on the street and they flip out like, man, I can't believe what such a nice guy, and I start to think, well, what would I should have been? Should I have been a dick, an asshole? What was I expected to have been?
right.
I'm normal.
Yeah. Well, because
I think I'm normal.
I think because when you perform, you're more like blah 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 blah. So
Well-
then, like, obviously, because you're off stage, you're a little more relaxed, right?
Not even that.
What?
There's a guy who works the door over at the Ha Ha Comedy Club. He's a great guy. I hope he's watching this show, right?
Probably.
And he asked me if we could Instagram each other, or can I follow him, can follow me, or whatever. I said, yeah, sure. Then he sends me an email, and it says, geez, man, I can't believe how nice of a guy you are that you took the time to talk to me. And I'm like, wow, somebody really thinks I'm that big of a deal? And we were talking about tattoos, because he has great tattoos on his body. So I just said, I don't have any tattoos. I was never brave enough to get one, and I think it's too late. It's too late for me to get one.
Why do you say it's too late?
I don't know.
Maybe you just
I
never
think
had
I
a-
missed that wave.
When you were surfers, with all the surfers, did they get tattoos in Jersey?
Not
I
really.
saw all your surfboard pictures.
Oh yeah? Yeah,
It
my
was
brothers
cool.
still surf like crazy. My younger brother called me today and he's like, yeah, it's like 8 feet, I'm not going in, it's too big. That's the conversation I have with my brother. That's how much they surf.
Wow, that's cool. Do you surf out here ever?
No. I'm a Jersey Shore guy. If I'm not going in the water down there, I'm not going anywhere. That's my thing.
That's so
But I remember when I used to surf,
Uh-huh.
the best time to go surfing on the Jersey Shore, September, October.
Mm.
The waves are big and the water's really, really warm. You have to wear a wetsuit because the air is cold.
Mm.
But all the tourists are gone. You get the whole beach to yourself. There's no lifeguards, so anybody can do whatever they want. So instead of just going to a specific area to surf, you go wherever the hell you want, and if you run somebody over, well, that's their problem.
The perils.
This
of
is
surfing.
really good.
It is.
Very soft.
Yeah.
Very well cooked.
Yeah.
Thank you,
There's nothing like
Bogia.
that. That's so sweet. That's
Look at
so
that.
Cool. Wow.
We'll save the garlic bread till last. But we got to talk to
I
each
know.
other.
I'm like, I'm only on half. So what I was saying before was about listen your world is like, if you're listening, right, there's like distinctions in listening. So like you can listen someone differently and they show up the way you're listening. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, you got to say
Like, I got
that.
chicken parm.
You got to say that all over again.
Okay. Here we
It
go.
sounded really, really good.
Okay.
Say it over again. That was really, really cool.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So Listen Your World is my film, and it's about ontology. And ontology is the study of being. So because God made word, and word only know, like we only know that this is a water bottle because the words, the water bottle.
Right.
That's another acting commercial practice.
Oh, yes. Oh, I had Reese Barron acting for television.
Oh, you did, right? He was like, yeah.
Wait, get the product
Let's put
right.
it together. Pure life. That's
Drink
right.
water. And cut.
Right. One of my teachers, we were doing that, and she's like, "You're never going to be a model." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, really?
Because it was like around that, yeah, it was crazy. But I was like, I was not planning on it. We're just doing the exercise. What's the lodge?
We're going to get back to this.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump the
Yeah, yeah,
subject
go
of the
ahead.
question.
Yes.
So finish what you were saying.
Okay, sorry. That's the ADA. I was a special education teacher, so it wore off a little bit. That's
Yes.
my stand-up. Anyway, it's called ontology, and it's the study of being. So, like, people are like, what do you mean by that? So, however your being is what shows up. And so, in your listening, whatever conversations are in your head, like, about you, about, anything, it shows up like that. So, like, if you're, like, annoyed with your mom always, because whatever, something she always says, that's always in your listening, so it's always going to come up. And if you give up that little one thing in your listening, then it goes away.
All right, well, I get that. It's just really, really hard. Because
How?
people get under your fucking skin. And you know they're not going to change. They're going to keep on doing that. So you ever talk to somebody and they start off with something negative and you feel like going, look, I can't talk to you no more. I don't want to talk to you no more because you always do the same thing. So I understand what you're saying. It's just
Right.
hard to block that out if you're asking me.
Okay, so but if you were really listening to them, could you put yourself like in their shoes and just be like, yeah, like I could see how you're feeling that way, but like you don't feel that way because you're different, but at least you could hear what they said
Yes.
and get them.
Yes, you can listen to somebody, but if they complain about something and you say, I'm listening to you and I'm sorry that you're going through that, I'm sorry that you're going through that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, listen, the next time you call me, could you not tell me this shit again? I'm hearing you now, but I don't want to hear you no more.
Fuck.
There's a lot of people, who, constant complaint.
But if you after they say that, be like, oh yeah, I hear that and everything, then you don't say, don't complain anymore. Then they'll be like, you know what, Mike? Thanks so much for listening. You're such a great guy. I really didn't have anyone else to talk to, so thanks. But it requires patience,
I get it.
listening.
I just have people in my life that constantly call and complain about so many different things, and after a while you feel like going, look, leave me alone, man.
Stop complaining.
And stop texting me.
Well, yeah.
I tell people all the time, if you have my phone number and you're not texting me directions, stop it.
Right. Well, text
Call me. Talk to me. Don't call me now. I'm busy.
Don't say that.
We're almost done. But
if anyone
Yeah, no.
would like some technological
There's nothing
support
There's
for
nothing
us.
wrong with a text once in a while to say hi, but sometimes some people get way out of control.
Oh my
A
God.
3-paragraph text, it's a little bit much. Isn't people's misery just fucking boring at some point? Yeah, somebody just
Yes.
wrote that,
Totally.
and that's hilarious. Who's that? Ryan Max. Well, I can't read from here, but that is
Right.
hilarious.
Yeah, you're just like, shut up.
All right, well, listen, we're going to be doing some shows this week here in Los Angeles, California. So if you wouldn't mind, once again, tell everybody what you got going on and how they can log on to your social media and come watch you perform, look at your work, stay in touch with you, and follow her on Instagram and all social media. So go ahead,
Thank you,
tell
Mike.
everybody everything.
Okay. So Listen Your World, #Listen Your World. I'm creating a campaign to obviously have the proverbial 1 million followers so that my film could be made about listening, because people are like, what do you mean listening? They don't really know. So that's Listen Your World. And then Kellyann Chipendale is my personal kind of what's going on, my stand-up, and Life of Kellyann, because you have to cross market, man. And I really wanted a dog for like the longest time, and like I never had a dog. And like my mom one time bought me like a battery operated dog for Christmas. It was kind of sad. But anyway, I created the doggies on Instagram, THEDOGE, like disease but not. And I just been putting cute little dogs up there. And now I'm getting sponsorships. I'm like, oh, I wasn't planning on that.
There's nothing better than getting someone to sponsor your show. If you guys want to get in touch with Kellyann Chipendale, find out where she's performing, or how you could just say hello, or follow her as well. She just got done saying all her social media. You could say it one more time so that everybody could see, and you could also log on and see these dogs that she's talking about, or any about her films and stuff like that.
Doggies.
Yes.
But yeah, oh, well, on October 16th, I'm doing a music show, so I'm going to be the only comedian. So that's the first time I've ever done like that. So it'll be opening, middle, and end. So I'm excited.
Oh, no kidding. Where's this going to be?
It's October 16th in San Diego, and I'm just getting the details now. But it's my friends from actually Jersey. They just released their first album. They just did 6 songs, and this is their first kind of thing that they're doing. And yeah, they're called Lamont, and they're really, really good. Like super good, like super original sound.
This is fantastic. San Diego is jumping. It's a great place. October 16th. You can find Kellyann Chipendale all the way down in San Diego. You can find her all over the internet. We got to get going, folks. We've had a lot of fun. We got some more food. We're going to finish eating, and we're going to keep on chatting and see where we're going to go. The rest of this week, folks, come and find me. I will be at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood this Thursday night at 9:30, and Tehran Show, who was on this show last week. And also Saturday night, I'll be at the Ha Ha Comedy Club right here in North Hollywood on Lancashire Boulevard. Then on October 15th, for the first time ever, I will be on stage at the St. George's Theater in Staten Island, New York. Tickets are on sale now at the stgeorgestheater.org. I am Mike Marino. We had a lot of fun. Remember, let's make America Italian again. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know nothing. You don't see nothing. You don't say nothing. And I want to thank my producer, Tatiana Blueshell, for always making us put on a great show. Wasn't she great to deal with?
Yeah.
She makes sure that we all have COVID papers. We don't have any problems. We're all healthy. We all had our shots. And the show goes on perfectly every Tuesday night at 5 o'clock here in California, 8 o'clock on the East Coast, live from my mother's basement. Big shout out to Tatiana Blueshell for always making this a great, great show. And don't forget, if you think you could be on this show, why not write to us? Write to us at MikeMarinoEntertainment@gmail.com. That's right, MikeMarinoEntertainment@gmail.com, and tell Tatiana why you think you'd be a great guest on this show. Thank you to all our sponsors, and okay, tonight's food that we got from Foggia Italian Market and Deli in Lakewood, California. And if you would like to sponsor this show, send me some emails at MikeMarinoLive@gmail. I almost forgot mine. MikeMarinoLive@gmail.com. We got to get going. You guys have been a great crowd. And how do we end every single one of my shows? By always saying the same thing. Okay. Ready? Don't take no shit from nobody. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.